In question 5, it talks about now assume the 15-year bond is callable. It's referring to the original 15-year bond, not the 15-year bond from question 4. It's referring to the original 15-year bond in question 2. So go back to that bond with that price and base your answers on the question 2 bond. Question 6 we're not doing. Question 7, all right. Question 7 starts the stock questions. So all the other ones refer to bonds. Now we're going to TECO stock. Again, it talks about value line in figure 1. In case 2, you didn't have that, but you don't need it. It states here that the dividend growth rate to be 6%. So that's the constant growth amount. Yeah, the 6% growth rate is expected to continue indefinitely, so it's the constant growth amount. Right here where it says, what is TECO's expected rate of return at the beginning of 1992? And it says hint. Value on estimated D1 to be $1.80. D1 is $1.80. Don't let this at the start of 1992 confuse you. Just cross this part out. All of this out if you want. D1 is $1.80. Okay. And basically these questions get into the Gordon model, separate between dividend yield and capital gains yield. So, question 8 is probably the hardest question in the case. It's basically a non-constant growth rate model, or a supernormal growth rate problem, as your book refers it to. And it says, what is the value of TECO stock on January 1st, 1992? Basically that, just consider that to be today. Okay, what is the current value of TECO stock at time 0 if the required rate of return is 13.5%? So that's your R sub S, 13.5%. And what is the expected stock price at the end of 1992? So that is asking for the stock price next year. What is the expected stock price? So P sub 1. And it's assuming that the stock is equilibrium. That just assumes that everything remains stable and the rates are the same. The 13.5 remains the same. And then it just wants you to break down the dividend yield, capital gains yield, and total return for 1992. That's why I had you find the stock price up here. You get P sub 1 in part B, P sub 0 in part A. So that allows you to find the capital gains yield. So try not to let these dates confuse you, because they actually kind of go from 1993 to 1992 and all that. Question 8, it says January 1st, 1992. Just ignore the date. This asks, what is the value of TECO stock currently? So what is P sub 0? Just like we did in class. Part 2, or part B, is what is P sub 1? What is the price of the stock expected to be next year? So don't let the end of 1992 and the date up here confuse you. Same thing for the bond question, where it gives you a date here. Just kind of ignore that. And note that these questions down here where like part B, what is the bond's expected price on January 1st, 94? This just means what is the bond's expected price next year. Okay, up here you found price of the stock this year, and here it gave you the price that they wanted you to use. So this is the current price, P sub 0. Here it's asking you to find P sub 1 for the bond. Okay, and the capital gains yield from P0 to P sub 1, just like we did in class. So if you have any questions, just email me or let me know. Thanks.